Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Now at 5:30, we know the identity of a Franklin County woman who was hit by a car and killed on her way to work last night.
Also on WKYT this morning, illnesses sweeping across the bluegrass, leading to some crammed doctor's offices. We'll tell you how many more patients are going to the doctor these days.
And police say they've arrested a Jessamine County man accused of burglarizing several Lexington businesses. These stories and breaking news coming up on WKYT this morning.
Hey there, good morning and welcome. It's good to have you with us here on WKYT on December 16th, Tuesday. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Thanks so much for being here. You still have plenty of time to get, that last minute shopping done, but whew, time is ticking.
That is true.
Yes.
And the temperature this morning, pretty comfortable out there. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris. So whatever you have planned for today, maybe do it early because the temp drops, right?
Yeah, it does drop. And the problem is you get the temperature drop, so it feels good this morning, but you have more rain this morning. Toward the afternoon, you have less rain, but it feels colder. I don't know which one you like better, but you get to pick and choose for today. First Alert Defender Live radar. There is your look toward the north and northwest. There's some showers, even a few rumbles of thunder, and a lot of that's going to be making its way eastbound as we work our way through time. Temperatures are in the 50s. But like Bill was talking about, we drop it through the day, go from the 50s, which we already hit our high today. So when you see it on the 7-day forecast, it's going to show 44, not 51 like it's showing this morning. So in the 50s this morning, but by the afternoon they're in the mid-40s as that rain kind of slowly moves on out too. More on this forecast for the next couple of days, actually the next few days off towards your weekend. That's when we have multiple shots at snow. I'll show you where that falls coming up.
Okay, you got our attention. Here's the latest from WKYT News.
Yeah, we have some new information this morning on a story we broke late last night.
The Franklin County coroner has now identified a woman who was hit and killed by a car in Frankfort around 8 o'clock last evening. Police say 24-year-old Oquana Renee Washington died at the scene. WKYT's Sean Moody is live in Frankfort now with the latest details that we have on this. Sean, good morning.
The Franklin County coroner says 24-year-old Oquana Renee Washington died after she was hit by an SUV here along Versailles Road. Police say the accident happened around 8 o'clock last night when Washington was trying to cross Versailles Road near Walnut Street. They say a passing SUV hit her. The coroner pronounced her dead here at the scene. Police shut down Versailles Road for hours while they tried to reconstruct the scene. Police say Washington would have been difficult to see.
There is no crosswalk, and it's a fairly dark area. Although there are businesses there, it's not really well lit with street
The driver was not injured, and police haven't filed any charges. Live in Frankfort, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Sean, thank you very much. And new this morning, Lexington police are investigating a burglary at a gas station. It happened just before 4 o'clock this morning at the Shell service station on New Circle Road. Police tell us someone threw a rock right through a glass door to get inside. The suspects then waited to go inside, and that's when they triggered the alarm. Police say the suspect stole cigarettes and beer. Lexington police have arrested a man who they say is responsible for a string of burglaries that happened last month.
Police arrested 30-year-old Christopher Miller, who's now charged in connection with burglarizing 4 businesses. WKYT's Victor Puente is live from District Court with the very latest. Good morning to you, Victor.
Good morning, guys. According to his arrest warrant, Christopher Miller became the main suspect in these burglaries after a Nicholasville police officer caught him parked behind a closed business there. Now, the 4 Lexington burglaries police say he's responsible for were in November. The first was Hibbett Sports on the 9th, then the China King on Bryan Station Road and Mi Pequeña Hacienda on Lansdowne. They were both broken into on the 21st. Finally, on the 28th, the Smoke and More on Pimlico was burglarized. During that robbery, surveillance video caught a man wearing Adidas tennis shoes with 3 dark stripes and a knife sheath hanging from his right hip, jumping on the bars of the drive-through window to gain access. Police say the next day, Miller was found parked behind a Nicholasville business wearing shoes and a sheath exactly like those from the surveillance video. They also say his truck was caught on camera during the burglary at Hibbett Sports. Later today, he'll be arraigned on 1 count of third-degree burglary. Live in Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Thanks so much, Victor. Students and teachers at a Central Kentucky high school are remembering a teenager killed in a crash. 17-year-old Colton Burris died Saturday after investigators say he lost control of his truck. He was on his way to take the ACT. Burris was a student at Harrison County High School and a member of the junior ROTC program there. On Monday, his fellow cadets asked school administrators if they could lower flags to half staff in his honor.
when you lose somebody that's your own age like that and somebody that you're that close to, they have a really hard time processing it.
Well, people who knew Colton say he wanted to go to college and become an officer in the military. Grief counselors were on hand at Harrison County High School yesterday.
The time is 5:35 here on WKYT, and Australia is in mourning today after that hostage situation in Sydney ended with the deaths of hostages and the gunman. Hostages Tori Johnson and Katrina Dawson both died in the attack. The gunman held hostages for more than 16 hours in a cafe before police heard gunshots inside. They then stormed the cafe. Investigators say 4 people were injured, including a police officer. Police say if they had not raided the cafe when they did, more people would have been killed. Police identified the gunman as a self-described cleric originally from Iran.
Police are still looking for a man who went on a killing spree in the Philadelphia suburbs. They say William Bradley Stone killed his ex-wife and 5 members of her family yesterday. Police have found his vehicle and cell phone, so they have no idea how he's traveling. Stone used to serve as a reservist in the U.S. Marines until 2011, mainly as a meteorologist. Police aren't sure what led to the killings.
Back here in Kentucky, it has been a Christmas tradition at a woman's home for 25 years now. A Whitley County woman turns her home into a winter wonderland for others to enjoy. But she says some Grinches tried to ruin it this year. Vandals damaged Christmas lights and other decorations at her home, along with her neighbors' homes there in the Canada Town community. One homeowner even saw a vandal running away with her wreath. Those in the area think it's a group of teenagers. They say the acts are unfair because of the hard work put into putting up those decorations.
I was mad this morning whenever I was told, because this is an awful good lady that it was done to.
Depending on the weather, Petrie is planning to have her decorations back up at some point today. An emergency fix has been approved for Lexington High School with high radon levels. Radon is a cancer-causing radioactive gas, and Lexington's Locust Trace Agri Center has higher levels of radon than recommended. According to our partners from the Herald-Leader, the school board has voted to fix the problem over winter break. District officials also say they will begin testing radon levels at the school on a rotating basis at all of the schools now.
Well, from the flu to strep throat to stomach bugs, a lot of us know someone who's been dealing with some kind of illness lately. Maybe you have yourself. Doctors and nurses tell us they've been just overwhelmed with patients over the last week. They say most of the illnesses they're treating are the ones we mentioned, along with the common cold. Workers at the Little Clinic in Richmond say the number of patients has doubled the last few weeks. They're now seeing as many as 70 patients a day.
This reminds me of a few years ago when they had the big H1N1 flu outbreak, when we've seen numbers that high. We're seeing some similar numbers in our clinics now.
Workers at the Little Clinic tell us many of their patients told them their regular physician was already booked, so they came to the clinic. They also say their wait times have been about 2 or 3 hours.
A lot of folks feeling rough. All right, well, the committee will screen candidates for the Fayette County School Superintendent, and that committee is now set. School Board member Darrell Love was appointed to the committee to make sure the panel includes a racial minority. Monday morning, a coin toss determined the parent representative for the committee after a PTA election ended in a tie. Sharon Mofield Boswell won the coin toss. Certified staff members Mary Beth Gaines and Jessica Heiler will also be on the committee, along with classified staff member Jelaine Mullins and Beaumont Middle School principal Kate McAnally.
A parent has voiced concerns about a school board member's place in the selection committee at the school board meeting Monday. The parent said school board member Doug Barnett should take himself out of the superintendent selection process. This is according to our partners at the Herald-Leader. Barnett started controversy last month when he made some comments on social media, saying he would not consider a superintendent candidate who supported his opponent in the November elections. Barnett has since apologized for the comments. Gas prices are still falling across the Bluegrass this morning, and in some cities they're getting close to $2 a gallon. This is what we found overnight in Paris. Some gas stations there have dropped the price to $2.02. That is super low. Here in Lexington, gas has dropped to around $2.23. Oil prices fell again yesterday. A barrel of oil now less than $56. You can find the cheapest gas prices in your area on our website, WKYT.com.
Maybe people with some extra money to spend on other things. And a program that helps thousands of families around the Bluegrass will begin later this week. The 19th annual Faith and Community Christmas Store will open up Wednesday through Friday at the Southland Christian Church campus on Richmond Road. Volunteers spent Monday getting everything set up for that. Less fortunate families are allowed to choose free gifts from the store for their children. And the Christmas store still needs some help.
We need the donations, we need their hands and hearts. Come on, Lexington, we can do this again. Last year, 18,000 children were shopped for.
The Christmas store needs donations of toys, board games, sporting goods, and clothing. And for more information about that, you can go to WKYT.com. Some good work in this week ahead. Let's check live drive traffic for you now. See what's going on out there as you get ready to head out on the highways and byways. 5:41 is the time.
You know, the folks heading out really don't have too many issues to contend with this morning that we're hearing of. Looks pretty good there at Broadway and High. You see traffic moving along just fine there. We had some issues yesterday with them trying to move in parts of a crane into the downtown area to start work on the Center Point project. It'll obviously take a little bit more time as well, some weeks to assemble that large crane.
They're going to do also some lane closures around Euclid Avenue today between East High Street and South Ashland Avenue. Could be some lane closures again there. They're working on some milling and paving in that area, but that's unrelated to the crane downtown, as you were mentioning. That will be an ongoing thing for the week. It's good to have you along with us on WKYT this morning. Up and at it here on this Tuesday. More news on the way.
Today is going to be a sweet day, seeing as it is National Chocolate Covered Anything Day.
All right.
I like the sound of that. We'll tell you who came up with this awesome holiday.
I don't care who came up with it. I'm excited about it. Good for them and good for us, too. Big spinning wheel of that low pressure system just to the north of us, throwing pieces of energy in here with rain chances throughout the day. But temperatures drop. I'll show you how low we go in toward the afternoon. Coming up next.